Bridges are a great detail to add to your landscapes to breathe life into them. I'm going to show you how to build 3 different styles of bridge that you can use in your Minecraft survival world to make it more realistic and look fantastic. So let's get straight into it. First up, we're going to make a simple stone bridge across a river. Come to the edge of your riverbank and count back 1 block. So that's 1 block, and place a row of 3 slabs like that. You're then going to raise this up 1 slab level like that, and then you're going to do this 2 more times. So you've got a total of 4 slabs going upwards, looking exactly like that. You're going to need to knock that block out and replace it. So you can see we've got a raise of 4 slabs. And then on the 5th slab, we're going to bring it up, but we're going to come out 2 rather than raising it up just 1. Knock that one out, and we have got exactly that shape like that. I then want you to repeat that on the other side of the water. Do make sure you are lining up exactly with the other side of the river, because no one wants a wonky bridge. Once you're symmetrical on both sides, raise it up just 1 more level, and you're going to go all the way across to the other side at this level, and that will complete your crossing. Now it's just about making it look pretty, because right now, not so much. Come to one side of your bridge, and right next to that bottom slab, 1 block forward, place that block like that. Then place a different stone. I'm going to use this chiseled stone brick because I think it looks quite nice on the finished product. I'm then going to place an upside down stair right there. I'm then going to place a right side stair the right way up there. Then another chiseled stone brick, upside down stair, right side stair, chiseled stone brick. I'm going to repeat that process all the way up to here. I'm then going to place in some stone, 1, 2, and I'm going to put that block like that. I'm then going to grab my steps, and I'm going to come downwards and repeat the process all the way down until I reach the end of this bridge. And I'm then going to repeat the process on this side. And it will look something like that. It's starting to take shape. Now this bridge is going to need just a little bit of support on these sides. Mathematically the bridge should stay up on its own, but we're going to give it a bit of a helping hand by placing some wall underneath this point here. So this is the 1, 2, 3rd carved stone brick there. I'm just going to come under the water. I'm going to bring this all the way down to there, and once I've got to here, I'm going to replace this dirt with some other bricks. Now I'm going to use some cracked stone brick because I would have thought it's probably going to be quite cracked under here, but we're going to support that wall so as it looks realistic, exactly like that. I'm going to put one on the other side as well. That looks far more supported now, but I don't like the way the wall is connecting with this dirt just here. So I'm just going to take that off because that looks just a little bit more realistic for me. We now need to make it just a little bit better looking. And step 1 of that is to create a canopy. So again, on these stone blocks here, I'm going to place some walls there, and there, and then similarly on this side as well. I'm then going to grab some fence. I'm using spruce because I'm in a spruce forest, but you feel free to use whatever wood you would like on top of those like that. And I'm going to put another wall on top of those. Now these are going to be the struts that are holding up the roof and will give you plenty of room to be able to go underneath it and walk across. But if it rains, you're not going to get wet. We now need to place a roof on, and I think this calls for some deep slate. Now you can see this is quite an aggressive slope going from one to the other. So we need to go 1 on top of that and 1 on top of that, then 1 coming out. This is then going to come out next to that. We're then going to get another one coming out next to that. It is basically a straight line. We're going to repeat that on both of these sides, and then we're also going to repeat it on the other side of the bridge as well. Now we've got those 4 roof edges done, we're going to come up 1 for this remainder of the roof. I know that part's flat, but I want this to come up just 1 spot further. So pop that there, and we've got a really quite nice archway going over the top of this bridge. And I want the archway to curve ever so slightly going from one side to the other. So I'm going to place some slabs right there, and then another slab on top like that. So we've got that curve going up, and I'm going to follow that up all the way along this next level as well. So if I pop that there, that can come out like that, and that can come out like that, and then this next level is going to come up 1. We do need to kind of replace and then break off the slabs. That's going to come up like that, and then this is going to come there and replace that slab like that. You can see what we're going for, and that is going to continue up all the way up and over the top. However, when you get to the top arch here, Don't go up any further. Make sure that you stay the same level. Otherwise, what you could end up with is a far too aggressive looking archway at the top. You can see there, that looks nice and smooth now. And your roof should look something like that. Now, because this is covered up, you could end up with mobs spawning in it. So place a fence post there, and also a fence post there and there. And then you're going to grab yourself some lanterns and put a lantern on top of all 4 of those fence posts. That will light up this entirety of this area, so you won't get any mobs spawning and surprising you. I've decided that these stone blocks here look a little bit harsh, so we're going to put some upside down steps there just to continue that curve all the way around, and we'll do it on both sides. I've decided to texture these slabs up and just put a little bit of plain stone slab in amongst these stone bricks. I think it gives a better effect. And now all we need to do is make it look a little bit more wild with some bushes, a pathway leading from and to it, and also maybe just the odd little bit of vine. Let's go. First things first, I'm going to build in a path. It's going to be mostly path blocks using a right click on a spade, but I'm going to leave a few gaps because I want it to look like it has been well travelled. And just every now and again, I'm just going to pop a little block of gravel in there. Again, it makes it look slightly more worn. Next to this path, I'm going to put single fence posts like this, and on top of those fence posts, I'm going to put a single lantern. And as a result, we've got a lit up travel path all the way to and from our bridge. And then it is time to bush. I'm just going to use a little bit of oak leaf here just to act as a side to this pathway on both sides, but I'm then going to also put a little bit of oak on next to the bridge itself as well, as if some bushes have grown up alongside it. And I'm also going to intersperse just a little bit of spruce bush in here as well, because plants aren't all one colour, are they? So you want it to be a little bit different. We can also run some leaves up on this bridge just to make it look like nature is trying to reclaim it. Then we can put just a little bit of hanging vine on some of these blocks here to give it a bit of extra feel. And finally, let's pop in a little bit of bone meal to make it look like the grass needs cutting. And the finished result is a stone bridge that looks like it's been standing there allowing travellers to cross it for some time. The forest is slowly taking over, but it still gives safe path across the deep water. So that's the first bridge. Let's go and do another one. Our second build is a simple but really great looking wooden bridge. Place 3 slabs just 1 block back from the water, and then get some stairs and place some stairs so you've got an elongated stair looking like that. Then get trapdoors and place those in front of those slabs. You're then going to get some more stairs, and you're going to place them upside down on the back of those stairs, and you're going to place a slab on top of those, so as you've got a gradual increase to your step. We're then going to repeat that on the other side. Once they're done on both sides, place a campfire going all the way across. Because a campfire takes up the same space as a bottom slab, this is going to be a flat bridge that comes right from one side to the other. And then grab yourself a spade and just put all the campfires out. Now you could actually get away with leaving it like that, because that's not horrible. However, we're going to add some stuff to it. We're going to bring some form to this bridge now. I'm going to place a slab there and an oak log right next to it there. I'm then going to get an upside down set of steps, and I'm going to put a slab on top of that. You can see how we're gradually increasing the height there. I'm then going to get more oak log, and out I'm under the water. I'm going to bring that to 1.5 blocks above the level there. That is going to act as one of our supports. We're going to repeat that on the other side of the bridge and on both of these sides too. However, before I do that, I'm going to replace all of these oak logs under the water with some spruce log, and that gives the impression of them being wet. I really like that effect. My bridge is 9 campfires wide, so what I'm about to do works perfectly for this width. If your bridge is a slightly different width, you might want to just adapt this next part so as it works for you. Come to one side, and on the block underneath the campfires, place a trapdoor on the top. I'm using a spruce trapdoor. Then get stone wall and place it 2 high. On that stone wall, you then want to get yourself a fence. I'm using spruce, and you're going to place 3 fences, one after the other. Remember, I've got this because it is 9 wide. Then place another wall, and then place gate, and then 2 more walls there, and then finally take my spruce trapdoor right there. I'm also going to bring that down 1. I'm going to get another trapdoor and place it underneath there. I'm going to place trapdoors all the way along the outside, and also shift clicking onto that side as well. You can see here we have got this really nice effect of those fence gates going up and down, and I really quite like it. This is tall enough to protect you from not falling down the side, and yet short enough to be able to see over. Now just repeat that on the other side. So it should now look something like that. Now extend all 3 of these walls 1 block higher, and then get some fence and increase it 1 block higher again and do it on the other side. Before I put that roof on, I'm just going to change up some of these blocks with some spruce blocks. I've decided I think I need a slightly different coloration on those steps. I'm also going to replace some of these campfires with random spruce slabs as well, because again, that gives a feeling of it having been just a little bit worn, and it works really for me. I think let's come around and bring up another one of those there, another one of those there, and I think that gives it a lot more character. So this is a flat bridge, so it needs a flat canopy. I'm going to use trapdoors for a big chunk of this canopy because I love that strapped effect. I need to shift click all the way across both of these sides to make sure they're going in the straight line, and also on this other side as well. I need to make sure all of those straps face in the same direction, so the wood grain also faces in the same direction. So your trapdoors should all look like that. Now, in order to be able to get a line going in the same direction across this way, you can't really do it particularly easily like that. You can see the grain changes. So place some blocks. I'm just going to use the same trapdoors again in the back, and then place those trapdoors against them, and you end up with the grain going in the same way. I'm going to do that on this side as well, and I'm then going to use campfires again in exactly the same way all the way across, and then I'm going to put them out with a right click of a spade. I've completed those 3 rows of campfires, but I think it just looks a little bit too woody. So I'm going to take out that campfire and place in some steps. Yeah, I know, made of wood. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to take out this center strip all the way along right here. I'm going to place in some planks. Again, I'm using spruce because then that matches up with the strapping all the way around the outside here. And then the last one, I'm going to place some more steps. I think that actually breaks up those campfires a little bit to give it a little bit more texture. I'm then taking a chain, and with a shift click I'm going to place a chain on both of these corners, and then underneath that chain I'm going to place a lantern. This lantern will give enough light on this bridge to make sure we don't get any problems with mob spawning. I'm going to do this at the other end as well. We're also then going to put stone buttons on the level of the bottom wall on all 4 of these pillars on the outside. I'm then going to place a trapdoor on the center section of each of these stone brick walls. Now, just like the stone bridge that we did before, this one needs a travel path so we can go from one side to the other using path blocks and gravel, some bushes and some lights. I'll be back when I've finished that. This simple wooden bridge joins the 2 sides of the big river beautifully, making it easy to cross quickly. Its simple construction works really well, combining a little stone with a lot of wood shapes to give a sturdy, rustic look. I reckon this one came out all right. Let's go on and do the last one. And for that, we're going to need a suspension bridge. This one is a little bit different because we are bridging a massive hole as opposed to a river. The first thing we're going to do is create a row of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and fill that in with a solid block, and that's because it needs to be solid. It's going to be hanging off of here. I'm going to grab a grindstone on both of those points there like that, and also the middle. So get out of the way, there we go. So we've got it in the middle, and then we're going to add a chain onto all of those grindstones like that. That is going to be our first point of contact, but before we do that, we've got to raise up just a little bit of a tower here. It's not too high, just the tiniest little bit, because this tower is going to be where we connect on the other side. So we need to place a grindstone there and place a chain using shift click off of that grindstone. That chain now has to go all the way across to the other side. Yeah, I know that bit might be a bit tricky. You're going to need some scaffolding or something to just get yourself across the other side. So we are stretched all the way across this gap. At the halfway point, I've created another fixing. I've duplicated that on the other side as well. And this bridge is made entirely out of chains, slabs and trapdoors. And the way this is going to work is we're going to place a slab on the bottom part of that chain. If you target the bottom part of the chain with your crosshair, it will go down like that, then come underneath that, bring out one and then remove it. That won't be taken away because this is effectively a new block. We're then going to get the chain again, and we're going to place the chain on the middle of all of those, and then we're going to repeat that process, one all the way across like that, and then come underneath it come out, and then all the way along like that. And at this point, you need to decide how far along you are going to go with each step. As you get to the center of the bow on the bottom of your suspension bridge, these sections are going to get longer. Now, I know that I have got 46 gaps between these two grindstones in the middle and this edge. So I need to think about getting to the bottom at around about 22, 23 slabs. Now, including that first chain, I've already come out 6 blocks, so it's not going to be very long before I need to make this a much shallower curve. In fact, I'm just going to do one more of this type of section, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the number of slabs in each slope. So I'm just going to grab that one there, I'm going to pop these back on here, and then I'm going to do at the bottom of this, I'm going to do 2 slabs like that, and then underneath it I'm going to do another 2 slabs. You can see that is going to shallow out my curve just a little bit and increases the number of blocks that I'm traveling towards this ever shortening gap between that and the middle. In fact, for a gap of 46 blocks from this grindstone to the grindstone over here, we only had to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 times for the single blocks, then twice for the double blocks, and then we're at the center, which is a single block and then a triple block. Coming back up, reversing it, that gets us to the center point right here. And now we need to connect the bridge to this center point by suspension, otherwise why would it be bowing back up again? And we're going to do that by placing another grindstone on there and another grindstone on there, and then with shift click we're going to place a chain underneath that grindstone and another chain underneath that grindstone. We're then going to get a trapdoor, and we're going to place a trapdoor on the bottom of that and then bring it all the way across underneath here and onto that as well. Now, I know that doesn't look too strong, but trust me, that's a very strong trapdoor. At least that's my story. Now, if you want to, at this point, you can put in little safety trapdoors by pressing shift click, which cover up that gap like that. So if you come walking along, you're not going to fall through that hole. However, I've got to be honest, I'm not a massive fan because it means there's a big old gap there. It just looks less natural, and as a result, I'm going to gamble with the gaps. And you just need to repeat that side there over on that side there. And once we've got across to this side, we're going to place a chain there, a chain there, and a chain there. We're going to jump over here, we're going to place a grindstone there, there, and there, and then just like the other side, we're going to take those bits out and we're going to place our stony anchor point so those grindstones don't come unhinged, because that would be a disaster. And that is one really funky looking suspension bridge, but let's decorate it up just a little bit. And apart from making the travel paths at either end of the bridge, I'm going to place in just some random slabs of oak and also some dark oak, because they're going to really complement this spruce. And as a result, it's going to make it look, again, just a little bit worn, but not too bad. We can also put in just the odd trapdoor, just to make it a little bit more interesting, remembering that you can only put the trapdoors on the upper slabs. This Minecraft suspension bridge makes crossing this chasm easy. Its wood design held by chains makes it look rickety, but it's more than capable of getting you across to the other side. This suspension bridge design is so simple, and you can make it fit pretty much any gap you would like by increasing the number of bows or just having a single bow. It's entirely up to you. I'm really pleased with the way it's come out. I really hope that you found this useful. Let me know in the comments below which of these is your favourite bridge, and also if there's a different type of bridge you'd like designed, let me know that too and I'll have a go at it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and that sub button with the notifications bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!